One of the first things I ask people to do when they set up Adobe Express is to set up their brand kit. This is because having your brand kit set up will help with visual consistency when it comes to creating anything on social media under the same brand. This video is in partnership with Adobe Express, where I'm going to show you what exactly a brand kit is, how you can set up a brand kit in Adobe Express, and how to apply a brand to any design in Adobe Express. Quick reminder, there are timestamps in the video description below, so feel free to go check that out and jump ahead to a section that you feel would be most helpful for you. So let's get right into it. So you're going to head to express.adobe.com, and once you're in Adobe Express, on the left hand side at the bottom, you'll see a button called with the 3 dots saying more. That's where you find brands. So we're going to hit brands and we're going to get into the brand kit section, or the brands part of Adobe Express. These are the different brands that I've already set up based on the work that I do on a regular basis. So first I want to show you what the different parts of a brand kit are. So let's go into one brand kit that's already made. So this is the Creator Juice brand. Now under here we have logos, we have colors, we have fonts, and we have graphics. So I'll walk you through each section first so that you get an idea of what each thing is. So under the logos tab, you have the option to upload various versions of your logo. Under the colors tab, you can upload your brand colors based on hex code. Under the fonts tab, you can upload multiple fonts that your brand utilizes. And lastly, under graphics, you can have different images or assets that you use frequently when designing any social media content or any content for your brand. So we're going to head back to the brand section, and now we're going to try and create a brand together. So first we're going to hit the create brand option. Now you'll see that there are 2 options for you to choose from. One is a manual setup where you do each individual section by yourself. The other one is extract brand from upload. So for this tutorial, we're going to go with the manual setup. If you are curious to try the extract brand from upload, that option works best when you are uploading your brand guidelines, because your brand guideline document should essentially have all of the details that are relevant to your brand kit that's connected to your brand. So in this video, we're going to go through the manual setup process on how you can create your brand kit. So I'm going to click on manual setup. Here I'm going to type the brand name. I'm going to type Creator Juice, which is the podcast that I have, and we're going to go through the process of setting that up. So you can put your brand name here, whatever your brand name is. In terms of save to, you can save it to this personal account that you have, which is your personal storage, or you can add it to another project that you have created. So let's just click personal storage for now and create brand. So this is what it looks like when it's empty. We're going to click on add, and we have 4 options of different things that we can upload. So let's start with the logo. So click on logo. So this is a folder which has all of my logos for the Creator Juice brand. So I'm going to select all, click on open. And so the logos have been added. Next, again, I'm going to click on add. And then so when you upload it yourself, there is an option where it will detect the colors that are there in your brand, and it'll give you an option to create a palette based on that. So I'm going to put Creator Juice palette automatic as an identifier for this and just create palette. So right now you have a few colors added. So let's just go to the colors tab. Now here, this is what was automatically generated, but let's go through the process of manually doing it. So once you click on add, and you click on color palette. So here's where you would select the different color codes that are there for your brand, or the specific colors that are part of your brand. So I'm going to click on this, and then I'm going to paste my color code, which is this number, and then I'm going to hit on enter, and that color is selected. So I hit save, and that way we have the first color added. So I'm going to proceed and do the exact same thing and add the remaining colors for my brand. So with that, we have both our primary palette and we have an automatic palette that was created from the assets we uploaded. Now, if we don't want this, we can just delete this so that we keep the palette that we selected. Next, we're going to go into fonts, where when you're in the fonts tab, you click on add fonts. Now, if the font that you're using is part of the Adobe font library, then you should be able to find it when you type it in here. So I'm going to type Poppins and it's added. Now, if you select the entire font library, all of the different weights also get added if they are separate. So I'm going to click on add and I'm going to click on font. The next one that I want to do is bit count. So bit count, grid, double, mono, single. So I'm going to click on grid double. I'm going to click on medium square. So in this particular case, I'm selecting only one particular font weight. So when I select that, only that gets added. Now, once you have this added, you also have the option of selecting which is the primary font and which is the secondary font. So when you click on the three dots right next to any of the fonts that are there, you can click on edit role and you can select whether it's a header or whether it's for the body. So I'm going to select header here. And for the body, I'm going to select body. So all of these fonts are pretty much added for the body. That's what Poppins will be used for. And this is the font that I've selected as the header. Next, you can go into the graphics section. So here's where you would add different elements of your brand. So that can include patterns that you have. It can include specific characters that you use. It can include any other imagery that is part of your brand's visual identity. So for this particular brand, I'm going to add some of the characters that I have, and I'm going to add an image of the actual juice box, which is part of the brand's identity. So I'm going to click on upload graphics. So I'm going to add the two characters that I have first. Next, I'm going to add the juice box images that I have. I also want to add another color palette here. So I'm going to go and select color palette, and I'm going to put in the different hex codes for this new palette as well. So I've added all of the colors now, and I'm just going to click, I'm going to name this as primary palette, and I'm going to hit add. So even here you have the option of clicking on the three dots, editing the role and selecting what is primary and what is secondary. So I've selected this as primary, and I'm going to, this is already selected as secondary. Awesome. Similarly, we're going to go into logos again, and here we're going to select what we want as the primary logo. So I want this as the primary, and the second one, I want this juice box as the secondary. So when we go to the overview tab now, we can see that it's completely filled out with the logos, the color options, and the fonts and graphics. So everything for your brand is now created, and you have your first brand kit done. Congrats, my friend, because that's definitely a big milestone, and this is going to help your workflow so much. So I'm super excited for you. Next, let's see how we can apply this brand kit onto any design that we can find. So for this, we're going to go into templates. Once we're in templates, here's where you have thousands of different templates that you can use for your social media posts. So I'm just going to pick this one here. I'm going to click on customize template. So once you have any design opened up, on the left-hand side, you will see brands as an option. So when you click on brands, you can see the different brands that you've created. So this is the Creator Juice brand that we just made together. So to apply a brand, all you have to do is hit this button here. And this button essentially changes based on the settings that you have. So right now it's apply colors and apply fonts. So let's see what happens when I hit apply brand with both of these options toggled on. So once I hit on the apply brand button, you can see that the fonts have changed and the colors have changed based on our brand kit. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to again change this and select only apply fonts. So now we see that it's just the fonts. I'm going to hit on apply brand again, and we can see that it's changed. Now let's try the same thing with just the colors this time and see how that looks. So this time the colors changed, but the font did not. So using this feature, you can pick any design that you see as a template and you can apply brand to instantly change it to something that is closer to your brand and something that makes it easier for you to work with.